What is going on, guys? Joe here. Welcome back to my channel, and today we have another episode of my Trek-Segafredo career here on PCM 2019. And today we have Paris-Nice. It's the biggest French race of the season so far. So without further ado, let's get straight into it. So we are bringing a pretty strong team to the race. We have Degenkolb and Porte as the two leaders, but we also have Ciccone and Theuns. So some very good sprinters and climbers coming to the race. We're looking for stage wins, I think, mainly in this race. I don't think Porte or Ciccone are really quite strong enough to challenge for the GC. We'll see though. Hopefully we can rack up some stage wins. We also have Alex Kirsch, Court, and Julien Bernard as helpers. So the first stage of the race is taking place in Saint-Germain. We have Sagan, Ackermann and Gaviria as the three favourites. We also have Bennett here for Bora. Absolutely absurd that they have Ackermann, Sagan and Bennett here. Hopefully we can challenge with Theuns or Degenkolb. That'll be very difficult though. Let's get into it. So it would seem our man John Degenkolb is feeling slightly better than Theuns. So Degenkolb will be our leader today in that final. We'll go for him in the end. We're not going to try and join the breakaway. Quite a few guys attacking at the moment though. So Julien Bernard has gone down sadly with Leonard Hofstede, and he's going to have to withdraw. That's a big shame. He's a planned member of our TDF squad this year. So that is not ideal at all. Hopefully he's okay. So taking a look at the start list for the race, we have some really strong teams here. Quickstep bring Alaphilippe, Asgreen, Evenepoel, Gilbert, Youngles, Lampert and Mas. What a team. We can see Sagan, Ackermann, Conrad, Micah, Bennett for Bora. We have Roglic and Kruijswijk with Bennett for Jumbo Visma. Froome, Bernal, Castrovejo. We have Thomas as well for Ineos. You can see these teams. These are absolutely stacked. We have Theuns and Nibali for Bahrain Merida. Further down, you can see all the teams here. Lopez is here. So yeah, we have some really tough opposition at this race. So we have just under 25k to go in the stage. We still have over a minute up to the breakaway, who are working pretty well together, it would seem. That little hill has put a few guys out the back of the peloton. The pace so high at the moment as Pascal Ackermann is on the front. So the peloton swing into the final 10k of the stage. You can see still 50 seconds up to the breakaway. We have Pogacar and Martin working on the front, I assume, for Fernando Gaviria. Terpstra seems tired. It seems he's not the strongest today in that breakaway. Court, Kirsch, Theuns and Degenkolb are towards the front. Ciccone and Porte can just rest in the peloton with just 6k to go now. You can see it's slightly uphill. It is a false flat to the finish, so we do need to be careful with our resistance here. Ciccone's here as well. That's good. Let's use these energy gels with 5k to go. Court doing a good job, but with under 5k to go, the breakaway still have 30 seconds. Can they take this today? That would really be an upset with so many strong sprinters in this race. Court is now done. Kirsch needs to try and come past him with Theuns and Degenkolb. Let's try and move up. Oh my word, Theuns has been caught slightly behind. That isn't ideal at all. Just 2.5k to go. The breakaway look tired. Can they hold on? It doesn't look like it. Kirsch sprints. Now Theuns can sprint. 1.5k to go. The breakaway are caught. Now Degenkolb for the line. 800 meters to go. Can Degenkolb take it? It's close, but it's gonna be second place. Sam Bennett takes it. Degenkolb seconds, Tunison in third, and a really tough first stage of Paris-Nice here. So a really solid first stage for us actually. It was a really tough finale. That Bora train of Ackermann, Sagan and Bennett just too strong for us today. Degenkolb looked really good though, and so did Theuns. Really nice lead out. Don't think there are any time gaps here. No, it doesn't seem so. Hopefully Bernard is okay. Let's get into stage 2. So taking a look at stage 2, it's another flat stage for the sprinters. The Bora boys will be the favourites yet again. Hopefully Degenkolb and Theuns can ruin it for them though. Let's get into the stage. So guys, today's stage gets underway. Degenkolb wearing that green sprinters jersey despite being second, obviously, with Bennett in the yellow jersey. Another +2 day for him, so really hoping we can get another podium finish, maybe even a stage win today. Porte on a +3, he's feeling really good so far this season. So we have a breakaway of just 4 riders today. We have Jorgensen, Montfort, Grelier and Delaplace. It was really hard fought to get in the breakaway. Riders like Bettiol trying to join up. But as it was such a close call yesterday, I assume most of the peloton, most of the teams don't want a dangerous breakaway going out today. So with 20k still to go in the stage, I've come to the front with Court. It seems most of the other teams look very tired. Still 4 men up the road. They look pretty tired though. I don't think they have much of a chance at today's stage. And we do have this intermediate sprint just 3 kilometers from the finish line. So we do need to be aware of that as well. So guys, we're now coming into the final 10k of the stage. We actually still have 45 seconds to make up to the breakaway. They're working together very well indeed. I'm going to use Kirsch's energy gel because we're going to up Court 290. We need to try and close this gap now. That intermediate sprint is coming up. I'm thinking some other sprinters may try and go for that and then try and see it through to the line. I'm not sure what the best tactic is, but just 38 seconds up to this breakaway. Maybe it will be good if they hold on ahead of that intermediate sprint. But anyway, Court is now done. We're going to have to go. Can't really go much faster. Let's try and protect Porte with Court, but we can't really go much faster with Kirsch than 85. Just 5k to go now. I want to conserve his sprint really, and this breakaway are looking very dangerous. 4k to go. I'm going to up it to 90 now. We have to with just 1k to go to that intermediate sprint just up the road. Up to 92 now with Kirsch. The breakaway are going for the sprint. Can they take the stage though? It's looking pretty dangerous. We've been on the front almost the entire way leading up to the finish line, and now the breakaway are coming apart. Let's sprint now with Kirsch. Now Theuns leading up Degenkolb. It seems the other sprinters haven't reacted in time. 1k to go, Degenkolb going for the line. We're looking good. Guilio's coming. Not strong enough though. John Degenkolb wins stage 2 of Paris-Nice. Guilio second, Theuns in third, and we dominated that final. What a race for us. So John Degenkolb on the top step of the podium for the first time this season. He'll go into that yellow jersey as well. And there is Degenkolb 4 seconds clear of Guilio and Sam Bennett in the yellow jersey for stage 3. So a really fantastic stage for us today. Theuns and Kirsch led out Degenkolb absolutely perfectly, and he dominated that sprint. Guilio, Ackermann, Bennett, they were nowhere near him. Let's take a look now at stage 3. So guys, again, stage 3 is one for the sprinters. A very slight false flat finish, I think. I'm sure Ackermann, Sagan and Bennett will be the 3 favourites to start the day, but we've had a second and a first so far with Degenkolb. Let's try again for another stage win. So there is John Degenkolb looking beautiful in that yellow jersey. We're not going to join the breakaway today. We're just going to try and protect Degenkolb and protect the jersey and go for the stage later on. So the breakaway has now formed after a big fight to join up in the breakaway today. We have Lawson Craddock, Tim Vellens, Kochetkov, Wisnowski and Bonamore. So guys, we come into the final 9k of the stage now. It's Princeton on the front for Bora. You can see the breakaway were caught with about 14k to go as there's splits going on in the back. Let's up the pace. Let's go up to 92 or something. You can see it's really tough pace at the moment. A lot of guys are struggling to stay with the front group. Nairo Quintana is behind. I think this is all going to come back together, but groups could form at any point right now. Just about 5k to go. Let's use those energy gels. Court doing a great job, putting us in a great position. Degenkolb poised to challenge for another stage victory, but look at that. Sagan, Ackermann and Bennett come past us on our right hand side. Guilio's got a very nice train set up as well. Court's basically done. Let's up the pace now with Kirsch up to 92, maybe faster, 95. Let's fight for a position at the front. Degenkolb's been caught slightly behind. We can sprint now with Kirsch. Theuns can come next. Degenkolb's been caught slightly further back. It's not too bad though. 1k to go. Degenkolb coming for the line. Oh, he was blocked slightly. That's a real shame. That is a real shame. He was blocked. Arnaud Démare takes the stage. Guilio second. Degenkolb will only finish 7th. Theuns was actually 3rd. Oh, he was blocked coming over to the left trying to find some room. What a shame for Degenkolb. So we have the first French winner of this season's Paris-Nice. Arnaud Démare beats Guilio and Theuns. Degenkolb only 7th. He tried to come over to the left to sprint past these guys after a great lead out by Theuns. He was blocked very slightly though. Bora disappointing, only 5th, the best finish for them. I'm not sure if there were any time gaps in the end. It doesn't really look like it. A lot of the field were spread out though. Degenkolb retains the yellow jersey for another stage. So stage 4, Vichy to Pelisson is here and we hit the hills 209 kilometers today, and we have some very steep hills. This is going to be a very selective stage. Alaphilippe will love this terrain, so will the likes of Michael Matthews, Matteo Trentin as well. You can see it's the punchy riders and the punchy sprinters who are the favourites for today's stage. Hopefully Degenkolb can cling on. I doubt it though. Let's get into the stage. So guys, the stage does get underway. You can see Degenkolb still in yellow, a +2 day for him. Ciccone gets a +1, and Edvard Theuns on a +4 day. He's looking so good. Maybe he can hang on and challenge in the sprint at the end. I'm going to protect Degenkolb at the beginning, but if Theuns seems like he's faring better, we'll move protection over to him. Porte on a +1 day as well. Really good day for our boys. So coming across the first mountain sprint of the day is Hiver, comfortably ahead of the rest of the breakaway. He's dropped everyone else. Ventoso will be second, Manzin, Dupont, and then we have the chasing breakaway the chasing peloton of Lotto Soudal. So the current race situation, guys, we have 2 men up the road. Everyone in the early break was caught apart from Hiver, and up the road we have Tim Wellens, 3 minutes clear of the peloton by himself. That's the reason Lotto Soudal were chasing so hard. We'll see what he can do today in the breakaway. Okay guys, we're just coming into the first of these 4 very steep climbs. There's only just over 2 minutes up to Wellens and Hiver. I think they're going to struggle to hold on, to be honest. I really expect the pace to really ramp up here now though. So we're now going up the penultimate climb of the day, still 30k to go. You can see it's Asgreen, Amador and Bernal at the front. We have Nibali here, Roglic, Lampert, Landa, Jungels, so many strong riders, and as Tim Wellens, the final rider in the breakaway, is caught. It seems Alex Kirsch is now also done for the day. Let's try and stay here if we can. Degenkolb and Theuns doing a decent job actually to stay in this group for the moment. We still have Porte and Ciccone all feeling okay, but just 51 riders left in the peloton as you see how many riders are dropping away. So you can see the strength of the riders who have been caught behind. We have Evenepoel, Millard, Mohoric, we have Pierre Latour here, Higuita has been dropped, Castroviejo and Bacalance. Theuns and Degenkolb are both still in this front group. Really good rides by them. I'm going to use their MG gels because they're both looking pretty much done. Theuns does have a chance of making this to the end. Degenkolb doesn't so much, as we now have attacks from Bennett and Matthews going for those sprint points. We're just trying to conserve energy for the moment. So coming into the final climb, I'm actually going to make the move to protect Richie Porte with Giulio Ciccone. I wouldn't usually do that. I'd want to give Ciccone a chance at the stage perhaps, but you can see the difference in resistance between Porte and Ciccone as we come into this final climb. Let's set these guys to 85 on the front. Porte can just sit here following Bob Jungels at the front of the peloton. So I'm not quite sure whether to attack with Porte. We are feeling good today. I think I'm just going to try and follow someone if someone else goes. But because we still have Degenkolb and Theuns in this group, we're very happy for this to come into a sprint. I'm keeping my eye on Enric Mas. Let's stay here if we can. Don't want any attacks to go off the front as they go for those mountain points. Theuns and Degenkolb looking good. They're still here in this front group. Just 42 riders in the peloton. Let's sit here for now with Porte. Try and follow any attacks if they come. So just 7.5k to go. The pace hasn't been too high up this final climb. I'm tempted to put an attack with Porte, but as we still have Theuns and Degenkolb, I think we're just going to sit here, you know, conserve our energy. Sam Bennett is still here, so is Sagan, I think. So it will be tough to win the stage still. The pace is just so slow at the moment. Do I try a little attack with Porte? To be honest, let's go for it. Richie Porte on the attack for Trek-Segafredo. Let's go for this. Let's put everyone else on automatic. They need to try and follow if they can. Let's go up to 95. Take position on 95, but a really big attack by Richie Porte with 4k to go. Now it's a time trial to the end. Zakarin, Yates and Conrad trying to come. Just 38 riders left in this group. Oh my word, this is pretty close. I'm going to use Ciccone to protect Edvard Theuns. Maybe we can come up with him. Just 2k to go now. It's a sprint. It's a punchy finish. I don't think Porte has enough. Let's come to the front. Let's sprint with everyone. Porte needs to go for it. 700 meters to go. Porte's not going to take it. Can Degenkolb take it? It will be Julian Alaphilippe taking the win ahead of Degenkolb in second. Roglic in third. That attack from Porte didn't pay off. Just 36 riders in the front group. and a second place for us with Degenkolb. So Julien Alaphilippe is the winner of stage 4, the second French winner in a row. So Degenkolb does retain that leader's yellow jersey, still 4 seconds clear of Sam Bennett. What a race for Degenkolb so far. So I am definitely now left regretting that attack with Richie Porte at the end. The pace was just so slow up that final climb. I couldn't bear it, to be honest. We should have just concentrated on Degenkolb and Theuns in the end though. Would have had a really good chance at the stage. But in the end, Julien Alaphilippe just too strong for us. So stage 5 of Paris-Nice is a 26 kilometre individual time trial. We have Roglic, Campenaerts and Lampert as the 3 favourites. A lot of very strong riders here, so it will be tough for Porte and the rest of our guys to really challenge today, but hopefully we can at least limit our losses. Let's get into it. So Richie Porte gets his time trial underway, 19th at the moment in GC. He's on a +2 day, so 78 time trial on the day. Kasper Asgreen has set a really good time, beating Kung, Van Garderen, Campenaerts, some really good time trialists. That's going to be a really tough time to beat, I think. So the first checkpoint for Richie Porte, where is he as Thomas Dingert goes second, Richie Porte 16th, 14 seconds down. Hopefully we can gain some more time over the 2 short hilly sections of the time trial. Giulio Ciccone just getting underway now as well. So Richie Porte is now on the hilly section. We're pushing it up to 78 momentarily. Where do we go at the second split? We're still 15th, 32 seconds down. We can put this down to 75. Chris Froome behind us is on a flyer. He's first again at the second time check as Ciccone 102nd at the first time check. So Steven Kruijswijk is second and he takes the best time away from Kasper Asgreen. Really good time by Steven Kruijswijk. He's definitely going for a big GC run this Paris-Nice. Richie Porte does have some spare energy, so let's put him up to 77 even, as Chris Froome is behind on a really good time. Ciccone, he really struggles at time trialing, obviously, as Edvard Theuns now gets underway. Let's concentrate on Richie Porte now into the final 1.5k of his TT. It's a really steep final, so 800 meters to go. We can go up to 80, I think. Let's go up to 82, 85, really push it now with Porte up to 99, to the line, use every bit of energy, and we go 4th. Really decent time by Richie Porte. So Chris Froome behind, where does he go? He takes the best time, 13 seconds clear of Steven Kruijswijk. So John Degenkolb gets underway in his yellow jersey, of course. I think this will be the day we lose it. It's been a good run though, holding on to it for a few stages. So Primoz Roglic is on a flyer. What a time. Can he take the provisional best time away from Chris Froome? Yes, he can. 14 seconds clear of the Englishman. So Edvard Theuns 5th in GC. I think we're going to move backwards slightly today. Let's try and beat Alaphilippe to the line. Doesn't look like we're able to. Where does Alaphilippe go? 6th place. Really good time by the Frenchman. Let's watch Degenkolb cruise across the line now. So, as I expected, Degenkolb will lose the jersey today. A good effort, really good race for him so far. Roglic wins the stage. So, Primoz Roglic puts himself in prime position to win Paris-Nice, 15 seconds clear of Chris Froome in second. His teammate Kruijswijk in third, 29 seconds down. And Roglic does move into the leader's yellow jersey. Our man Richie Porte is in 7th position. So a really tough time trial today. Roglic, Froome, Kruijswijk and Thomas the top 4. The Jumbo-Visma and Ineos boys absolutely dominating. Porte with a very respectable 8th place though. And you can see most of our other guys lost a lot of time. In the general, Porte in 7th place. And Ciccone down in 36th, 3 minutes down. So stage 6 of Paris-Nice is another fairly punchy stage, although the finish is flat and downhill. We do have this climb, which is about 15k from the end of the stage, 6 kilometers and a max of 6%, only an average of 3.5%. So that could whittle away at some of the sprinters. Alaphilippe, Sagan and Matthews are the favourites on the day. Let's see what we can do. So guys, the stage has just got underway, and as you can see, Edvard Theuns, another +4 day. We're going for him today over Degenkolb. Hopefully Theuns can challenge at the end of the stage. So as we come into the first climb of the day, there has been a fall further behind with who's in this group. everyone carries on. We've got Thomas de Gendt, Enric Mas, Anna Connor, Christophe Laporte. You can see Cofidis waiting for their man as the pace in the peloton is so high. No chance those guys are coming back in now. Look how quick the pace is up this hill with Asgreen on the front for Quickstep. So the pace up this first climb is too much for some. You can see 28 riders are behind. Koen de Kort for our team is almost done. Degenkolb just clinging on. De Kort is only just going to stay in this group. 105 riders now in the peloton, and the pace is not slowing down at the moment. So we're just coming to the top of the final climb of the day. 78 riders in the front group as Perez is pretty much done now. Degenkolb is pretty much done. He's just clinging on. I've just checked and we do have some sprinters who have fallen behind. Let's see if we can find any in this group. I mean, George Bennett has fallen behind, shows the strength of the riders who have fallen. We've got Christophe, we've got Gaviria already behind. So this is going to really help Edvard Theuns' chances later in this stage. So I think we've got an attack with Tom, Jelter, Slagter. Degenkolb has followed and Theuns is sat on Degenkolb's wheel. To be honest, I'm just trying to stay with Slagter here. Gilbert will stay with us as well. Richie Porte has fallen way too far back in this group for my liking. Let's put Degenkolb back up to 80. Try and do a little bit of pacing with him. There's not many hills left. I'm sure he can pace like this for a little bit at least. Coming past Bettiol, let's go down to 75. Richie Porte coming back up to the front. That is fine right there. I mean, I am slightly tempted to try an attack with Edvard Theuns. But to be honest, I think we're just going to try and wait for the sprint. The likes of Matthews, Sagan, they're still here. So it could be quite dangerous to just wait for the sprint. Maybe we should try something in a second with Theuns. So Kruijswijk and Nibali have just fallen, but we need to concentrate on the stage now. We'll check on them at the end. I've stuck Porte on automatic. Let's keep him like that for now. Theuns is just sat towards the front. Let's follow Conrad as he's setting a pace for Peter Sagan. We're very quickly coming into the finale of the stage. I'm sat on Sam Bennett's wheel for now. Let's try and come past him. 2k to go. Conrad doing a really good job for Sam Bennett. We're going to lead him in to the finish. Edvard Theuns sprinting. Sam Bennett looking really strong though. Can we challenge? I think Sam Bennett has it. Edvard Theuns will finish second. Good result. Sagan in third. Matthews fourth. Alaphilippe fifth. Porte will finish in the front group. Hopefully Kruijswijk and Nibali are okay to carry on in the race. So a good stage for us today. Theuns on the podium, and there were some pretty big time gaps if we scroll down. 75th and down lost time. Nibali did recover. He stayed on his bike, or he managed to get back on his bike, but Steven Kruijswijk has had to withdraw sadly. Hopefully not too bad an injury for him. Porte up to 5th after Thomas de Gendt lost time today. So guys, we've arrived at stage 7 and today we go from Nice to the Col de Torini. I think the winner of the race will be decided today. Primož Roglič will hope to hold on to that yellow jersey. We'll do our best for our boy Richie Porte though. Let's get into it. So the stage is underway guys, and you can see Porte on a +2 day, so is Ciccone. Really nice stuff. Theuns and Degenkolb really good days as well. Hopefully we can do some damage on that final climb. So we're still some way from the finish as you can see, but the breakaway do have almost 7 minutes. And there are some dangerous riders here in the breakaway, the likes of Mas at 6 minutes, Pozzovivo as well, even maybe Benoot. So we do need to be careful with this gap. So we're just coming into the penultimate climb of the day before the Col de Torini. You can see the breakaway's lead has been cut to just 3 minutes, much less dangerous now. The pace has been really high. Ciccone and Porte looking pretty good though. So we're now on the foot of the Col de Torini, 2 minutes up to the leaders, 9 men still in the breakaway led by Enric Mas. Degenkolb is trying his best to give water to Porte, and he's done it to be fair to him. What a job by John Degenkolb. Ciccone needs to come up and protect Richie Porte right now because everyone else in our team is done, with Wout Poels setting a really fast pace on the front. So 11k to go. Ciccone is protecting Porte. We're looking okay. You can see 48 riders in this group, but a lot of guys are going to be struggling very soon. The pace slows, so let's just maintain position at the front for now. 10k to go still in the stage. So attacks have gone off Micah is following Thibaut Pinot. Carapaz now going as well. Porte needs to try and stay here. Let's stick with Ciccone for now. He can try and keep us here in this group, and he does, to be fair. Micah and Pinot are still up the road though, so let's take position right at the front of this group with Porte, because they seem to be gone for now. We're going to make the other teams do the chasing. So you can see Micah has been dropped by Pinot. He's come through the breakaway. Oh my word, what an attack as Quintana's going now for Movistar. Is Roglic going? We can maybe follow Roglic with Porte if he wants. I mean, we're not going to do the pacing. We'll just take position right here. That is fine for us. Ciccone can wait right here. Let's take position. 22 men now in this group with Richie, Porte. 7k still to go. Guys from the breakaway are now struggling. Is Porte going on the attack? Oh my word, he's looking pretty ominous, and the pace is so hard right now. Where is Pinot? I mean, he's well up the road. He's well up the road. I think Micah has been caught by this group of 18, which Porte is in here. So we're coming into the final 5k of the stage. Thomas and Froome are on the front with Bernal still here. Roglic is struggling to hold on to that yellow jersey as Bernal seems to be struggling. Let's come past him. Let's try and sit with Thomas here with Porte, but I don't think we can stay here much longer. Just 11 guys are left in this group. We've done so well to get here. Oh my word, just 5 riders left, but Porte is about to be dropped. Let's pace on 60 now with Porte. We can't stay with Carapaz, Roglic, Thomas and Froome as the bod is done. Haig and Mas have been dropped by Pinot, who is clear with 3k to go. Can he hold that lead and even take the leader's jersey from Roglic? So just about 2k to go now for Richie, Porte. We're behind the bod. Carapaz, Roglic, Thomas and Froome are all struggling. There's 30 seconds up to Haig and Mas and another minute up to Thibaut Pinot. What a ride by him. He's surely going to take the lead of Paris-Nice. An unbelievable ride from the Frenchman. I don't think we're going to make it up to these guys. Hopefully we can hold this gap to these 7 riders behind. So Thibaut Pinot comes across the line to win stage 7 of Paris-Nice. Unbelievable performance. Enric Mas will come second. Haig is here, but Thomas is sprinting. He's actually going to take second from Enric Mas. A great ride by him. Carapaz is here. And then there's Froome and Roglic further down. Porte is just catching to bod. He's about 30 seconds clear of the group behind, I think. So here comes Bernal, Quintana, Lopez trying to catch Porte, but it's a very strong ride by the Australian, and we will keep this time gap to the group behind. So the Col de Torini delivers for the Frenchman. Thibaut Pinot, 1 minute 15 clear of Thomas and Mas with Carapaz. Richie, Porte finishes 3 minutes down in 9th place. So in the GC, Pinot goes into first, 40 seconds clear of Thomas. Roglic third. Porte is now in 6th. What a performance by Pinot and FDJ. He destroyed the rest of the field. Ineos, Enric Mas, Carapaz, they couldn't do anything about him. Roglic, the yellow jersey, 2 minutes down with Froome. Porte, decent performance in 9th. We gapped quite a few guys, even by just a slim margin, putting us now in 6th place, comfortably ahead of Quintana, Bernal, Lopez and Alaphilippe, looking good to challenge Carapaz for a top 5. So guys, we've reached the final stage of Paris-Nice, and it's the usual final stage in Nice. Just 109 kilometers, but a few hills to conquer today, so I expect it will be pretty action-packed. Pinot will try to retain his leader's jersey. We'll try and move into the top 5 with Richie, Porte. Oh yes, here we go guys. Richie, Porte gets a +4 day. Degenkolb on a +5 day. We've got a lot of options here today. Let's see if we can make this work. So we have 97k to go, just 10k into the stage. Lampert is on the front. We have quite a few guys in the breakaway. Bettiol, Uman, Tim Vellens, Dylan Theuns, some of the best. Antunes, Pozzovivo, Mohoric, Van Garderen and Benoot. Some of the strongest riders in this breakaway. Galopan as well. A really strong and big breakaway, about 25 riders. We haven't joined it. We're going for firepower in the peloton. So we need to try and make this work now in the peloton. We've got some of the most numbers in the race. Let's keep everyone towards the front on AC. I've sent Koen and Alex Kirsch to the front to try and pace because the breakaway of 25 already have 2.5 minutes. So just entering the biggest climb of the day, Kirsch and Theuns will come to the front. Kirsch can pace on 92, try and give everything here for Richie, Porte and Degenkolb. Let's come right towards the front. Kirsch is now done. Now we can have Edvard Theuns I can probably make a train, to be honest, in a second, but this pace is fine for now. So Edward Theuns is giving absolutely everything on this climb. We have just 45k to go. Let's push it 95 for as long as he can. Now we have Giulio Ciccone on the front. He can pace on maybe 85. Pauls is happy to do some work as well. I hope the numbers are really gonna kind of be depleted after this climb. So Wout Poels was happy to do some work, and Degenkolb, even on that +5 day, really struggling at the moment. Let's just try and stay here because I think he has a good shout at this stage. Just 63 riders now. This is the biggest climb and he gets a big rest after this. So hopefully he can stay here over the top of this climb. So as we come into the final 30k, we have these 9 riders at the front of the race. A few guys from the breakaway have been dropped. Mohoric and Theuns are behind. Then we have the chasing peloton. Let's go up to 90 with Porte. Really try and pace it up this climb. To be honest, I want Ciccone pacing. Let's put Porte in his wheel. Here we go. Ciccone can set a pace of 85 on the front. Degenkolb has recovered somewhat. He should make it towards the end of the stage in the peloton at least. So with just over 20k to go, Ciccone is going to give himself up on this downhill. Let's go up to 99 with him, to be honest. Actually 95, that should do. I am regretting not going in this early breakaway. These 10 riders seem to be the ones who will challenge for the stage. Degenkolb, it looks like he is strong enough to get to the end. Maybe I should have gone in the breakaway with John Degenkolb. So with just over 15k to go now, we are coming into the final climb of the day. And of course, Paris-Nice. Let's go up to 99 with Giulio Ciccone. We're about to go on the attack with Richie, Porte, Ciccone giving everything. Let's let Porte go now. Ciccone's done. Porte trying to gain some time back in the GC. We'll put Degenkolb on automatic, but Porte is going ahead of the peloton. What an attack that is by Porte. So Porte looking pretty good. He's cut the deficit to the breakaway to 130. We have to go down to 85 now, and we have about 25 seconds. Degenkolb is doing his best to stay here. He is going to struggle though, of course, with some of the best climbers in the world here. Porte is for now keeping a gap. I think we're going to struggle to keep this gap though, you know. It's going to be pretty tough with the likes of Landa and Pauls chasing us down. Porte still has about 15 seconds though. So as we come to the top of this climb, Porte pushing up to 99 over the top. Let's try and pace now on 90 down this hill, up the road. I think Tony Galopin looking good for the stage, or one of these 5 or 6 riders just behind. Let's go up to 99 with Porte. We have just 15 seconds. To be honest, I don't think this is going to work. Degenkolb is still in this group, showing how strong he is today. Porte is doing everything to stay away from the chasing group, but to be honest, I think we may as well pull him back. So into the final few K of the stage, I have left Porte out on his own, trying to keep this gap. I don't think he's going to move up in the GC anyway, but Tony Galopin is going to take the stage, I think, ahead of these guys. What a win for Tony Galopin. Porte can go up and sprint to the line. So can Degenkolb now into the final kilometre. He's going to try and get some points in the green jersey. I think we allowed Porte to keep his lead, and let's slow up, trying to give him the biggest gap. Let's see if that gap counts. And Pinot wins Paris-Nice, 3 minutes clear of Porte in the end, who stayed in 6th. But this race was all about Pinot's climb on the Col de Turini. John Degenkolb does win the points classification, beating Sam Bennett on the final stage. So that was a very enjoyable final stage. The breakaway were too strong in the end. I really should have joined them, at least sent someone up the road, probably Degenkolb. Porte didn't end up gaining any time on this group behind. Some guys did drop, you can see all of them right here. It was worth a go. Sadly, didn't quite come off today. And in the GC, you can see Pinot dominating the race, beating Thomas and Roglic. All about his climb on the Col de Turini, like I said. Froome 4th, Carapaz 5th. Porte did very well in 6th, would have liked a top 5, but you can see we beat Quintana, Bernal, Lopez, Alaphilippe, all pretty comfortably. Of course though, we did win the Sprinters jersey with John Degenkolb, taking something away from the race. So following Paris-Nice, we moved down to 2nd in the World Tour team classification behind Ineos, but we're well clear of everyone else, doing pretty well at the moment. In Super Prestige, we're 2nd as well. We also have 13 victories at the moment. Richie Porte in 3rd place in Super Prestige, and in World Tour, he's in 2nd place. Really good start to the season for Richie Porte. So guys, that will round out this video. I hope you enjoyed it. Drop a like and a comment down below for me if you did. subscribe to my channel if you're new, and I'll see you guys in the next one.